Hey, I'm Wes with Noria. I'm here with Kyle from AssetWatch, and we want to talk to you about really putting a oil analysis and vibration program in place and what it actually takes to do it. I think it sounds great on the surface that, hey, we have different predictive technologies and that they should work in concert, but we missed the mark on actually making it into fruition. So, Kyle, I think we need to talk about the people that are involved with this.
Yes.
I think we need to talk about the resources that they need, and we need to talk about them being bought in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, first and foremost, the people. We got to have people on site that really own the program. We got to have the champion of that program. So we don't have that person. We don't have that good contact, that person that's really trying to drive forward with that reliability goals, with improving everything on site, then it's doomed to fail from the start.
Yeah, you can't care for someone, right? I mean, it's their equipment. They need to take ownership of it at some point, and they need to run with it. Now, we can give them all the support, all the guidance, and everything else that we possibly can, but ultimately, until they make that decision of, hey, we're going to change what we're doing for the better, that's what we need. We need to identify that change agent inside the organization.
Absolutely. And, then we're able to work with that person and as well their teams. They may be the champion, but they're probably not the one always doing the work on the floor. So getting to know not only them, but also the technicians that they work with and helping fill in the knowledge gaps that they have. It may be some training. Hey, we recommend this type of training to help level up your maintenance program, help level up your technicians. It may be something as far as, this technology, look into it. Maybe we need to expand a little bit in this direction. Having that person, having that team working with another team, the professionals. So with your vibration analyst, with your lubrication analyst, coming together as one team.
And I think you hit the nail on the head, training.
Yes.
Right? We've got to get the skill set, we got to get the knowledge base elevated. Unfortunately, not everyone walking around the streets knows, everything there is to know about lubrication, about vibration, or anything else. So the training component is vital. Most people are more receptive of change when they can understand why it's a change for the better.
100%. I wouldn't be where I'm at without training. Yeah. That's a fact. I was that technician that was pulling those drain port samples at one point in time until I got that training. And I learned what I was actually doing to that sample. And I learned why it was important to do the correct methods.
Yes.
So
now the last part here, the buy-in. So the training helps with this, that change agent helps with this, but I think we need to address that all of this is going to be a tough row to hoe if we don't have buy-in from the team.
It really is. And it can be difficult to get that buy-in. It really can. The old saying, old dogs, new tricks. This is, for somebody that's been in a facility for 30 years of their career, and it's been the same way basically that entire 30 years, it's a whole new animal. Why do we need to do this if it's been going okay for, 30 years? Well, has it been really going okay, or could it have been better?
Absolutely.
And proving that it can be better really helps get that buy-in.
Absolutely. Now, for your facilities, take a look at AssetWatch's offerings. They have some great tools, some great resources to help level up your team. And as for Noria, when it comes to training and the lubrication side, we're always here to help. So thank you guys for joining us.